This segment is sponsored by Abish Financial Services. If you are in or nearing retirement, you likely have more money than ever. For that reason, it is important to avoid big losses to your life savings. I recently spoke with Abe Abish about this. Abe is the founder and CEO of Abish Financial Services. He and his team serve the D.C. area by creating retirement strategies with clients' needs in mind. Abe is also the host of Retirement Key Radio. Abe, what challenges are there for people that suffer a big loss in or near retirement?
Man, Kristen, that can be devastating,
Yeah.
right? We've got to be prepared for that. And we have to do everything possible to de-risk our portfolios right before we retire or right headed into retirement, because we don't have the time anymore. You know, we're not 25, 35, 45, we're 58, 62, 66. And we don't want to go back to work. Most of us don't want to go back to work. We want to be able to retire and be able to retire fully without having to go back to work. We don't want a retirement plan dependent on what the market's going to do, where if the market's up, we're going to take our trips. And if the market's down, we're not going to take our trips and so forth. So we want a rock solid plan that has layers of protection built around it. I'll give you an example. If you had $1,000 and you lost 50%, you're down to $500. A lot of people think they need to just make 50% to get back up to the 1,000. No, you need to make 100% to get back up to that $1,000. And to make 100% in the market could take years. Well, a lot of people lost 50% in 2008. So we can't have that happen again.
Yeah, you mentioned the up and down of the market. At some point, that's, what goes up is going to come down. So how can we tell if our retirement plans can survive another big correction?
Yeah, you need to just test it. You need to test the math. You need to find out how much risk you're taking. So one of many risk measures we use, or we kind of try to find out for our clients and people in this area, is what is your standard deviation? If you go back to 8th and 9th grade, in those classes, you learned about standard deviation and everything, and risk, and maybe college as well. And we want to pay attention to standard deviation and how much risk we're taking. Also, one thing we point out to our clients and people that we meet with in this area is, what is your maximum drawdown? What is your maximum loss potential based on the way you're invested today if another 2008 happened? And oftentimes we'll see people come in and we'll say, did you realize if another 2008 happens, you could lose 20%, 30, 40% of your nest egg? And if you have $1 million, are you okay with losing $200,000, $300,000? And if you're not, let's figure out a plan to do something about it.
I'm glad we have the experts, because standard deviation, not my thing at school, but that's why we have you. In what ways can income planning help with these concerns?
Well, when you think about it, when you're working, most people get that paycheck deposited into their bank account like clockwork every 2 weeks. And that's super helpful to give us confidence in terms of money, paying the bills, and just go about our lives with confidence. We deserve and need that same confidence heading into retirement. So we need an income plan that is as rock solid and dependable and predictable as possible. Just like when we were working, we receive that paycheck every 2 weeks. We need that same dependability and predictability headed into retirement.
And what about tax planning? What difference can that make?
Well, it can make all the difference in the world, Kristen. We always look for ways to mitigate tax and keep the most amount of money in our clients' pockets. And you out there, you want to do that as well, too. So if we can lower your taxes even by 2% or 3%, that could be several thousand or several $100,000 that are now in your pockets instead of Uncle Sam's.
Keep as much of that money that you have worked for so you can enjoy retirement. Abe, you have something special for our audience today?
I do, Kristen. For the first 5 callers listening right now that are 55 years old and older, that have saved $500,000 or more for their retirement, I'd like to personally extend an invitation to give our team a call. Come into the office, meet with us over phone or video, and we'll put together your own complimentary retirement roadmap.
Wonderful offer, Abe. Thanks so much. So great to see you. Thank you.
Great to see you. Thank you.
For you at home, you have worked decades to get here, so Abe wants to help create retirement strategies with your needs in mind. That's why right now, for the first 5 callers who have investable assets of $500,000 or greater, he's offering a complimentary retirement roadmap. This game plan will look at your income needs, investment planning, Social Security, RMDs, taxes, and more to help you complete your journey to retirement. The number to dial is 571 571-322-8373. That's 571-322-8373.